Hello everyone, welcome to another unboxing. I finally got my microphones working again, but this is now the first episode in a new series I'm starting. For the next 4 days, up until the next month, from the 28th to the 31st, I'm doing a series called HALLOWEEK, where I unbox a plane every day. And the final one I'm going to keep secret, because it's going to be a big plane, and it's going to be in another location because of how big it is. But today, this is part of my Lift 46 bundle of 3 planes I bought the other day. This is a Revell Messerschmitt p.1099, or the B1. This, I think, could count as a heavy fighter. It has a remote controlled gun here, as well as 2 guns here, and 2 remote controlled guns here like an ME410. This kit has been released, I think, 3 or 4 times, and was part of Revell's Lift 46 range they seem to have released throughout the 2000s and the late 90s. This is a very good kit. I've had a peek at it, and I can tell you, this is good. So on the side, we have some illustrations of one of the schemes, which actually has a white tail. It's also got a mottled effect, and I think the builder did quite a good job with the paintwork. Let's see, there's some warnings. There we are. This bundle I got on eBay, I paid £26, that's including the postage, for 3 Lift 46 planes. At the moment I'm still working on my TA283, so I want to buy some more Lift 46. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, on the side we have another photo of it, and another photo of it there. Let's actually get on with the unboxing, because at the moment we're just looking at a box. So, what do we get in this kit? Oh, there we go. Well, we get a warnings pamphlet. We get Revell's unstapled sugar paper instruction books. Not the biggest fan. If you have a stapler, I would personally staple them before using. We get a set of decals for 2 schemes, and a bag of plastic parts, which contains, well, at least for this version, 4 sprues technically. You have the clear sprue with the 1 canopy and landing light, I think. Oh, and a sight of some sort. We'll get a look at this first. It's quite crisp. Doesn't seem to be any flash. This is one of Revell's kits from the 2000s, which I know Revell can be a bit scummy since they tend to rebox a lot of old models. But I gotta say, when they actually make a modern kit, it is very good quality. This is a few years now, 1997 I think, but it looks very crisp. So we have the first sprue. I don't know why it keeps not focusing. It's not done that before. So we have this big sprue, we have another large sprue, and then we have this small one for the alternate pieces for the B1. So we'll go over this one first. If we get lower, hopefully we should be able to focus it. So we have a seat for the second crewman, the second gunner. We have these 2 larger cannons mounted in the canopy. We have this nose mounted gun, which is connected to this sort of ball. We have the new nose fairing, and we have these 2 guns back here, their mountings, as well as these 2 parts, which I think might hold the guns at the back or the guns here. So, yeah. We also got alternate nose piece. As you'll see in a minute, the nose piece is different with the two variants. Now, if we look here, you'll see the other nose with four cannons. Now, if you're doing this version with the frontal gun, well, you won't want these. Or your aircraft would probably blow its nose gun off with the massive 4 cannons. Well, we also have the gear door and the gear bay for the front nose, a small wheel, as well as some landing gear parts. I think that's a small tube that goes on the wings, some gear doors, more landing gear, and I mean the wires look a bit weird, but it looks quite crisp. And the wheels, I don't know if you can see that, I'll get a bit lower, but they've got proper texture, they've got proper recesses on the wheels. That just looks great. You can see why I think this kit looks stunning. Some more gear doors which you'll have to cut in half, as well as some more bits for landing gear, I think, for the bays. We have joystick, some other parts. We have the 2 side panels. We have the cockpit floor, the large chair. It is quite large. We have the control panel and the 2 engine pieces. We have the front of the engines. We have the back of the engines, or the other way around, and then the 4 engine bulkheads, which are all very crisp. Well, as you can see, a very good start so far. The final sprue, if we zoom out, is the main pieces. We have the 4 wing halves, the tailplanes, and the fuselage halves. If we get lower, we'll get a look at them. I think these are the same wings as the ME-262. I could be wrong, but it is also made by Messerschmitt. They are quite small. I do have a Messerschmitt ME-262 upstairs. I could probably find out whether it is. All these recessed panel lines, very fine, very good. And they got good location as well. They are just amazing. I don't know why people think Revell is a bad company. Well, in terms of kits. Yeah, they release a lot of old stuff, but if you look at their modern toolings, they're just quite good. They're quite good. I could see this from Airfix, or I could see this from practically any other company which has a good rep. We have another tailplane, and as you can see on the wings, we've got all sorts of caps and things. We have landing gear bits and where the engine should go. And then we have the wings, and then we have more parts of the wings again, and then the other bit of the fuselage. As you can see, very good, very good. Anyways, we have only 2 things left, the decals and the instructions. You get 6 iron crosses, 4 of them white, some with thicker outlines, some with thinner. And we also have these full colour iron crosses. We have yellow 5s and RS. We also have this little demon guy with a bomb and some sort of revolver. I think this is probably from a real aircraft, since actually Revell's other Lift 40 planes sometimes have artwork from real aircraft from the German jet age. We have these red lines, these warning marks, all the sort of stencils, as well as the registries and some more letters and numbers. I, for one, think this is a pretty good set of decals. I think they might be a bit thin. I could be wrong. I'm not going to cover the warning manual because I don't think anyone cares really. So we have this big booklet in German and English. Here's some more warnings, I think. And then we have Revell's annoying colour call out system. If you don't know, with Revell, they have this colour call out system where in the book they'll refer to letters, and then you have to look at this page to look at the letters to see what the colours are, which is rather annoying, but I guess some people might find it good, since otherwise you gotta look up the Humbrol colours for ethics. I don't know. We have a sprue map, always helpful, since you should know whether your pieces are there or not. We have the cockpit assembly. Oh, those parts are for the back. I thought some of them for the wheel wells. Well then, if we go in here, we have more cockpit assembly. Then we have this, saying that for side A, side B, you need these bits cut out. I think it's saying that. It's saying you need to cut off this bit for the canopy, this bit for the gun. Oh yes, I did forget to show that off. But in here there are these little holes. I forgot to do the flip side, but never mind, a bit too late now. There's other unboxings of this if you really need a closer look. We have the gun mountings and the landing gear. The landing gear bays, as well as the cockpit placement, the whole front nose, the wings, the tailplanes, and the engines. Then we have the other engine assembly, as well as the option of having the landing gear up or down, as well as the engine mounting. We have the gear doors and how you're supposed to align them, as well as some more landing gear assembly, and then finally the gun placement of the canopy. The final two steps is mount the nose, and then afterwards mount the front of the fuselage and the canopy. Oh, and a small light. So, colour schemes. We have this one, which is mottled, which I think is sort of green and grey. A white tail, and that seems to be it. We also have this colour scheme, which is practically the same without a white tail. Personally, I want to do the one with the white tail. I often create my own Luft 46 scheme if I can find something better. But actually, for once, I like the colour scheme with the ride. So, what do I think of this kit? Well, I can say it's quite crisp, and it seems quite modern, quite new. It's also of an interesting subject. Most Luft 46 planes don't even get a kit, or they have them in resin or vac form. So it's nice to see one of the big manufacturers actually make and represent something from this what if era. I actually really like the look of this, and this would probably be the next one I built. Now, as I said, this is the first of my new series, HALLOWEEK, where I'm going to be making something from the 28th to the 31st. Next one should be the comparison between two boxings of the same kit. So you'll see that tomorrow, hopefully. And I'll see you then.